If you've ever said yes when deep down you really wanted to say no, if you've ever felt drained and exhausted by always prioritizing other people's needs and wants above your own, then in this video I'm going to share 3 practical, simple tips to enable you to start making the small incremental shifts in your mindset for you to take control and set healthy boundaries and protect your well-being in the process. If this is a topic or sparking your curiosity or interest, please stick around. For anyone new to this channel, hello, I am Tanya. I am a rapid transformational therapist and coach, and I empower women over the age of 40 to truly authentically love themselves by prioritizing their needs, and that then enables them to thrive in whichever phase of life they may find themselves in. So if if you, like me, are one of those people who always put other people in front of yourself because you thought you were being considerate, kind, loving towards others, then you need to take another kind of look at your actions and your behaviours, because the most important person in your life, believe it or not, is you. You're with yourself 24/7. And as a result, you need to respect yourself and prioritize your needs being met first in order for you to have the energy, the capacity and the bandwidth to be able to show up for yourself, to achieve your goals and aspirations, to be kind and compassionate to yourself. And then you will have the energy, the time and the desire to be there and help other people in your life, in your work, in your community, because there's more of you to be able to then share with other people. So if you've sort of caught up in this constant, oh, if I say no, I'm being selfish, then this video and another 2 videos, I'm creating a little mini series of 3 videos where they're all focusing on how to create healthy boundaries and the mindset shifts required in order for you to be able to take control of your energy, of your capacity, of your bandwidth, and show up as the best version of yourself. So the first practical tip that I want to share is recognize when you're people pleasing, because we probably go through our day on autopilot 95% of the time, because we are either doing the same things and we're just repeating patterns of behavior and actions in order for us to survive and for us to get through the day. But in reality, we're actually probably saying yes to things which deep down really we should be saying no, because it's not something that's given us joy, satisfaction, fulfillment, or we've got the emotional, mental and physical capacity to take it on, in which case then it pushes us into overwhelm and procrastination in some instances, because then we're caught in this kind of negative loop and narrative where we're judging and criticizing ourselves and we're wanting to just say yes because it's the easiest thing to do. So what I really want you to do is take the opportunity this week to, if you can look back on the week that you've just had and see instances where you said yes to things where deep down you really wanted to say no. And that might be things at work, it might be things within your family, it might be things within your community, it might be something with your partner or with your friends. So it doesn't matter if it's personal or if it's professional, or if it is your kind of local kind of charities, religious groups, whatever you're involved in. Just take the time, look back. Did you say yes when really deep down you wanted to say no? And if you can't think And if you don't have the time to do that exercise, then from this point onwards, because now you're aware that this is something that would actually benefit you, by being aware when you are saying yes, when really you want to say no, or maybe in some instances it's not no that you want to say, but now isn't the right time. You want to be able to control the time frame in which you're actually showing up and taking part in whatever the request or activity is. And it's about becoming aware. So over the next few days, start taking a note in a journal, in your phone, whatever device you're actually capturing notes. Take a note of the situations where you said yes, but deep down you wanted to say no. That awareness is really, really fundamental, because then you will start seeing patterns and trends and behaviours that may exist. Then the second practical tip, it's about shifting your mindset from being nice to being kind. And this is where we've got a tendency to be nice, to avoid conflict, to avoid disappointing people, or to avoid us feeling guilty for appearing to be selfish and inconsiderate of other people. But that's a narrative and a story that we're actually playing within our head. It doesn't necessarily mean that that is what other people are going to perceive of us. So rather than being nice and avoiding confrontation, conflict, or disappointing others, tap in to what is kind and compassionate to yourself. Do you have the capacity, the ability for you to show up as your best version in whatever the interaction is? So if you're at work, for example, and a colleague comes over and asks you to help them with a task that is a priority for them, but this is a favour that you're actually doing for them, rather than it's not part of your roles and responsibilities, but you're wanting to help your friend, your colleague, in helping them out with the activity. Now, if you're in the middle of performing a task that is of importance to your deliverables, then you stopping what you're doing to then focus your attention, your energy, and your brain power to support them on completing their task is you being nice to them but being unkind to you. And this is where you then turn around and saying, actually, give me half an hour, give me an hour to complete the task that I'm actually doing, because I've got a deadline that I need to meet, and I'll be with you after that and we can sort of work on your project. Or how about you book in some time tomorrow for me to be there to support you? Because quite frankly, if someone's turning up at your desk or sending you a message for you to drop everything at a moment's notice to support them, then they are not planning and organising their workload and their activities in an efficient and professional manner, in which case, why should you have to let go of your kind of priorities to then be there for them? So think of it, rather than being nice and people pleasing, as being kind and considerate to yourself, meeting your deadlines, your objectives. But at the same time, if it is something that you know that you could add value, that you can help them out, that it would benefit both of you, then absolutely show up and help them. If it is something that you have been constantly being asked to support people when really they should be planning and organising their workload, then you turning up for them when then they're like almost like they're not holding themselves accountable. So you're avoiding the conflict, you're trying to people please, but you're not then teaching them the lesson that they need to be planning their workload and their activities and tasks in a better kind of fashion. So there is a kind of lesson to be learnt there for the other person as well. But the key point is for you to be kind towards yourself rather than just trying to avoid the conflict, and it honours your boundaries and your priorities and your value and respect towards yourself. Practical tip number 3, it's about starting to practice these mini boundaries. Maybe micro boundaries is probably a good term to actually use. So you're not going to make, if saying no to people is something that you've never done, you are not going to be able to watch this video and straight away start saying no without feeling guilt, without feeling resentment or judgment or criticism towards yourself, or getting kind of reactions from other people. In the other kind of videos in this series, we'll tackle some of that kind of pushback that you might actually receive. But on this, it's about you taking that kind of small incremental steps where maybe to start with, it's not about saying no. It's about pausing, about saying, look, I need 5 minutes to think it through. I need 5 minutes to finish what I'm doing. Give me to the end of the day and I'll get back to you. It's about building in a bit of pause, a bit of time for you to reflect on. Is this me just people pleasing? Am I wanting to genuinely say no, or this is just like, I can't do it right now, I've got a time kind of commitment that I can't sort of like meet at this moment in time, so it's not a definite no, it's a no at this moment in time? Or is it you being nice and always being there for other people rather than you being kind and prioritizing your needs and your kind of mental and emotional and physical capacity and energy levels to complete whatever tasks you need to do? So I've done another video where I was talking about the inner critic, and this is where we've got this inner voice that sort of might be criticizing and judging us, and it might be self-doubt, it might be a number of kind of reasons why it sort of surfaces. But you can actually start practicing saying to that inner voice, no, I am not listening to what you're saying right now, or what you're saying right now is not factually correct, or it's not serving me right now. I need some encouragement. I don't need you to be so loud and so distracting. So start having that kind of boundaries with your kind of inner voice. Then if you're not aware of your inner voice, you haven't watched that video and that just doesn't feel that it resonates with you, just start building in that pause, that time delay when you're actually responding back to people's requests, that you're not straight away saying yes, you're actually giving it a few minutes to think it through. Is this genuinely a yes? Is it something that I really want to do? And yes, I've got the capacity and the bandwidth to support, or I need space and time before I actually come back. So this is where, let me know in the comments below if you are actually saying yes when really deep down you want to say no. Are you using the pause? Is there any other tools and techniques that you're actually using to create the kind of healthier boundary and to protect your energy and your needs and create that kind of sense of self-respect and that you've got your own back and you're supporting yourself? Let me know in the comments below. It would be really useful to see your perspective on this. And if this is content that has resonated with you, please like and subscribe to the channel. If this is content that you believe someone in your life would benefit from watching, please share it with them. You would be doing them the greatest kind of benefit in doing so. And if you want to watch the next kind of content in the series, by subscribing, you will get some notifications. And if you want, hit the notification button to let you know when the next kind of videos in this mini series will come. I will create a playlist and I'll sort of link it on to the other 2 videos, so you've got the kind of mini series all together, so you can watch it when you need to. So I want you to go out and seize the day. Start looking at, when are you actually saying yes when really you want to say no? Are you being nice or are you being kind? Are you creating some pause? Are you giving yourself some space before responding back? And remember, there's always choices in life, so you can choose to be kind to yourself or be nice to other people, which means that you may be unkind to yourself. So please choose wisely. Until the next video, bye bye.